Top 3 color for Zerg. I think default is number 1 because it's extra bright. Just like how the default hostile is extra bright red. If you're red-green colorblind or color weak, then maybe not. White is pretty good. It's almost a little bit too bright for me. Red is right out. That's going to be one of the very worst colors you could pick because if Terran nukes you with the red dot, you're fucked. Blue is... it's pretty good, I think. It's not as bright as green, but it's pretty easy for me to see a red dot on it. Teal, I think, is a top 3 color for me because it's easy to see red dots. It also contrasts nicely if your opponent is red. It also looks good on Zerg. Purple looks really good on Zerg. The purple color on the creep tumors is pretty bright. It looks brighter than this purple here, so that one's pretty playable. Yellow is really good for Zerg. Orange is good, but again, with the nuke dot thing, it's pretty close to red, so you could run into some problems. This green is just a less bright version of this, so I would always go with the default if I have the choice. Light pink. This one's pretty good. It's like a pastel. Not really my style, but it's easy to see stuff, so this one is pretty playable for Zerg. Violet looks awesome. This is one of my favorites for Zerg. Violet, I think, is very far from red on the color spectrum, technically, even though it looks kind of like blue. So it's pretty easy for me to see nuke dots against Violet. Light gray, that's okay. Dark green, I really like the look of. I wouldn't really say it's performance enhancing because it is kind of dark against the creep. Brown is one of the worst for Zerg because it's really hard to see the creep tumors with the brown and the gray. And it's pretty dark. Light green is pretty good. It's like a limey color. I think this looks better on Terran units, but it's alright. Dark gray looks awesome. Really hard to spread creep and see your tumors. And then pink is really bright, so it's easy to see your creep tumors and stuff. Red nuke dot could be a problem. And then if you're playing like pink versus red ZVZ, it's a hot mess. Can hardly see what's what. Green is your favorite. There's my thoughts on the colors there. To see the bracket. So it's Elbank versus Zest. Thank you for all the breakdown. No problem. I could even put it in a tier list if you want. For me. Okay. Bum, 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 bum. Okay. I'll pause my scene switcher for a second. Electro Panic. Panic. Jag, Ebunk, and Saberlily, thank you for the subscribes. I think some of those may have been during the games. Okay, so if I'm putting these into tiers, S tier is going to be default green. Teal. And this is personal preference, right? And violet. Those would be my S tier. A tier would be blue. Blue, purple, yellow, dark green, white, and then B tier would be orange because of the nuke dot problems, regular green, which is just not that exciting compared to default. light green. Dark gray because it looks cool, but it's hard to spread creep. Nah, this should go in C tier. I'm gonna move pink down because of ZVZ. Did I miss any? Why is he actually writing it? For fun? Do you ever do stuff for fun? You think white is S tier? Below teal and green? It's a bit bright. I get the I get the old Vape Nation people complaining when I have white. What's the tier list for enemy color? There you go. Behold, Neuro's player color tier list. What's yours, chat?